Gurubhyo Namaha. Welcome to our final part of the series that we are doing about introspection, which is ATMAVALOKANA as we call it. So, till now we understood the real nature of introspection. What are the indications that we are becoming in part of the process of introspection, and how do we address certain things that we regret or guilt, that the manthan that happens, how to address that? Should we let go, or should we forgive, or should we do both? But when we think of online, or go online, or read about books, most of the time introspection is associated with those aspects which are really unpleasant, regretful, hurting. But is introspection all about addressing what hurts us, or also is it a part of exploring what we are good at, what are our strengths, and what can we harness to upskill ourselves? So we'll welcome Dr. Asha. So yes, let us know what is the true nature of introspection when it comes to upskilling or exploring our strengths.
Okay, so instead of giving the pointers, I would like to narrate a story so that we all can relate what I am trying to do. There was a old sculptor, and he was being always admired by a small kid, 7-8 years. He used to every day watch him, and he was so dedicated, he was so focused. Beautiful art was flowing in and out. So he wanted to know about this. One day, this old man was sitting with a small candle, but still he was 100% giving himself, and the creative juices were oozing out. So this child came to him and asked, "Can I see what you are doing every day? Can I sit here and watch for some time?" He told, "Take this candle, go to that cave, till the candle completely burns, you stay there in the cave and come back. Then I am going to give you an opportunity."
Okay.
So he'll carry, while he is going, he is imagining all the horror, the imagination, the sounds. It is so scary. And after some time, he'll keep the candle and sit watching the candle. There is other sounds that is just touching him, and he is getting into imagination, all that. After some time, the external noises stopped. There was an internal noise that started. Yesterday I told this lie to my parents. Is that right? When I was this age, I took this toy out of my friend. I didn't even tell him. Was that right?
Okay.
After some time, this also fades up. He's only thinking about himself. So there was no friends involved in his imagination. There was no parents involved in his imagination. There was no this external environment buzzing in.
Yes.
It was completely himself. What is that I like? What is that I can do? What keeps me happy? All that. So he come and tell this old man, this was really a wonderful exercise. This happened to me. So introspection is not judging yourself, it is meeting yourself.
That's a very pleasant, if I can say.
So this is something that we all are supposed to realize. Usually when we sit for introspection, we judge.
We judge our own selves.
We judge ourselves. We judge our condition. If I was born in a rich family, this wouldn't have been my fate. So I don't have my dad. That is the fate. So sometimes we give up. Sometimes we anchor to the trauma. So it is not about, judging my condition, judging my situation, judging myself. It is meeting my own self.
That's the most required aspect right now, don't you think?
Yes, it is required, but there are ABCD steps to getting. As I narrated in the story, first, you need to address your own emotions being alone. not lonely. Being alone. That is, if I am feeling sad, sadness is mine. If I am anxious about something, anxiety is mine. Lot of times what we do is we blame the external environment for my internal feeling. That is the first step that we all are supposed to work for a positive introspection.
Owning up.
Yeah. The second thing is there is always a conflict between buddhi and mahal. Okay? My intelligence is telling me something, but my intellect is forcing me to do something. So I'm always sandwiched between these two. Okay, I think this person is intelligent, whatever he speaks makes sense, but I don't want to do this. It's my life, right? I will be having certain ABCD notions on my actions. Just because a person is considered to be an intelligent person in the family, I am supposed to follow him. So I will not be able to 100% identify myself within my own ideas or with my eyes. I always see myself in others' eyes. How do I look?
Correct.
Putting an X, step number 2. How do I see myself is important. That's when you'll be able to meet yourself.
Okay.
Right? And the third thing, there is again a conflict between ahankar and the buddhi. Okay? My intellect is telling me something, but my ego is driving me here. What the hell? Who is this boss to tell me all this? I will leave the job in 1 second, resign. Impulsive decisions. And then when I introspect, I get into my guilt and I regret for whatever that I have done. So it is very important to solve the conflicts between buddhi and ahankar. Okay, ego should become our strength, not weakness.
Okay.
Right? So what is that I want, and what is that one thing I can devote myself to? Step number 3, devotion. So that is the reason we had temple concept. Keeping ahankar aside for some time at least, we saw that deity as a superpower, okay, and there was a devotion that was oozing out. So now we don't believe in all this. So we need something where I need to identify which is that one thing. It can be action, it can be person, it can be place where I devote, I worship. Unless until we don't do that, maybe a third person, if we don't respect whatever it is, it can be a place, it can be a home, it can be a gratitude practice, whatever it is, I will not be able to respect myself.
Okay.
So it coexists. If I respect somebody, I'll be able to respect myself.
Okay.
Respect is something that can't be explained through words. It's an experience, right? So once we solve that conflicts, we reach to the 5th layer. And the 5th layer is free from all the confluences, imaginations, assumptions, everything. It will let you see your own self with all the flaws. Okay, with all this strength, without your goals. Goal is an external, influencer that you take with you. As long as that influencer is there, your path is well seen. Okay, the moment you remove this influencer, you doesn't even know where to go. And usually, when you list these goals are all external. I want to become an engineer, I want to earn this, I want to drive this BMW, but there is no spiritual influencer in there. Today I am an empathetic person, tomorrow I want to see myself empathizing 100 people. Day after tomorrow, 1,000 people. I don't see such goals on any vision board. Okay, when you remove this materialistic goals and start thinking, what is that, how do I want to see myself, that is when you will start meeting yourself. This is the proper way of introspection. That you know what you are carrying, you know how much you can carry, and you know where you need to go, and you also know when you go there what is that experience. So through this journey, you are not at all judging anything, you are not at all making any statements, but your idea is very clear. You want to see that person, and that person is only defined by you, and that person's whose speciality is felt by you and experienced by you.
Okay. So, with one question, we had all the answers we wanted. Such an elaborate one. To summarize, its introspections are usually restricted to retrospection.
Correct.
What happened? Why did I do it? How can I deal with it? But with your response, we know it is not restricted to time.
Correct.
Neither past, present, or future. It's only you.
Correct.
It's like introspection is a connection with self, understanding self, and connecting to self.
Correct.
Correct?
Correct.
So, all these while to put it in a visual imagery, we used to, if we start introspection as a mountain that we are climbing, a small elevation was considered as peak. And we know that there is a long way for the peak to go.
Correct.
And thank you for giving us such a nice clarity and very detailed understanding of nature and process of introspection. Thank you all for joining us throughout our 4 parts of introspection, or what we call it as ATMAVALOKANA. This is the first series. Please tune in, subscribe to our channel to know more and more parts of Avalokana with Dr. Asha. Thank you all.